Wipro will give you a better response. The speed of response is going to be better. Wipro will give you technology solutions. Wipro, at its heart, looks at how my customer will benefit, not only in terms of getting better designs, but also in terms of saving money in terms of his operating costs. We also plan to bring this Internet of Lighting platform for a landscape lighting solution now. So we are saying, when we are doing so much of automation and innovation for smart cities, we are doing it for street lights, we're doing it for factories, we're doing it for offices. Why not for landscape lighting? So if you're building urban landscape and you have big parks or you have nightscape areas, do you really want light to be behaving in one standard manner all the time, or you would like to play with the light? So that's how we are trying to build a range around it. If you reflect back and think about your own childhood, I am sure you would have been able to see many more stars in the night than what you can see now. Right. So that is something which we are trying to focus, saying how can we help and contribute as a responsible lighting manufacturer and a solution provider. How can we help there? So we have done it. We have 7 products or 10 products now which are dark sky certified. We are promoting it. We are talking to customers and stakeholders saying, please use this. It is little more money you're spending, but it's not only the light pollution in terms of visibility of stars is going to improve. It also impacts the ecological balance.
Mr. Anuj, welcome and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Nilesh. I think I really appreciate you guys, organizing this, and on behalf of Wipro, thank you for having us here, and it's my pleasure to be spending time with you.
So let us start with our first question. Wipro Light began its journey in 1992 with a vision to change the way people experience light. For 3 decades, how do you think this vision has evolved in terms of innovation and impact?
So Nilesh, my journey itself with Wipro is 3 decades plus. So I started my career with Wipro in 93 and Wipro started lighting in 92. And fortunately for me, I've been part of the entire journey, seeing how the transition has happened. And to just share with you some of the key highlights, the essence of our business and our focus has been what value we deliver to customers. From day one, we said, if you are getting into lighting, why will customer want to look at Wipro? You have other brands available. Why Wipro? So from day one, we started with small differentiators, saying that Wipro will give you a better response. The speed of response is going to be better. Wipro will give you technology solutions. Wipro, at its heart, looks at how my customer will benefit, not only in terms of getting better designs, but also in terms of saving money in terms of his operating costs. So the focus has been that. In the last 3 decades, we worked in that direction only, whether it was lighting for industries, or it was lighting for offices, or now we are looking at how we can add value in the landscape area in terms of lighting for landscapes or landscape lighting. But the core doesn't change. The core remains the same. The core says what value I give to my customer, how does he save money in his operating cost, how can an architect or a landscape designer get better designs. So the whole core is around that. What happened I would say around few years back, is that we merged our lighting business and our seating business. So they're 2 very different businesses. But when we did that, we said, which other company in India does lighting and seating? There is no other company which does lighting and seating. We are the only ones in India who give solutions to customers from a lighting and a seating perspective. And that is where we said, okay, if we are doing both the solutions, and why are we doing it? We are doing it to create spaces which are sustainable and people first. And you would agree as an architect with me that for any space, lighting plays a very important role. If lighting is good, the mood of the employees would be good, productivity would be good, efficiencies would be good. And the other most important element is the chair, because if you're in office, you're going to sit and work. So there is no office in the world where people can work without lighting and people can work without chairs. So these are two areas where we felt we are going to add immense value, and we combined our business. And before that, we used to call ourselves as a commercial institutional lighting company.
Right.
And when we did this, we said it's no longer lighting, right? It's multiple things, and tomorrow we might want to add more things. So we said let's call ourselves a commercial institutional business. So the whole concept changed, the whole thought process has changed. We said now if we are doing this, what is the purpose? हमारे business का purpose क्या है? So we debated, deliberated. Then we said, see, what are we doing at the end of the day? When we work with people like you, what do? We are co-creating spaces.
Right.
So we said we don't create spaces because we don't do everything. We only do few things, but we co-create spaces. So we co-create spaces with you. So what is the purpose? Our purpose is to co-create spaces which are sustainable and people first. So what do we bring in? We bring in a flavor of sustainability, which could be in terms of material being used. We bring in a feature of energy efficiency. We bring in a feature of focus on the human beings, which are the people, the employees of our customers working in the spaces. And we also broad-based it. We said it's not only an office, any space. So whether it's a factory, whether it's a school, whether it's a hospital, and whether it's a park or it's an urban landscape area, anything which is being used by humans is part of our purpose statement. And our vision is to co-create spaces which are sustainable and people first. So that's how we have progressed over the last 3 decades, with the focus being on design and innovation. And we have won lots of international awards and national awards, both in seating and in lighting business. So I hope I am able to
Yes,
address
definitely.
that.
When you look at today's competitive LED industry, what do you feel makes Wipro apart from the others?
Nilesh, after LEDs have come in, the lighting industry has really transformed. It has transformed in multiple facets. One is it has become much more competitive. Second, it has given a lot of more freedom to designers and architects to play with light. So which is a very good part. Now, how do we position ourselves? So like I was sharing with you, we focus on design and innovation. So when we do designer products, we look at aesthetics. As an architect, how do you like the fixture? Is it good in terms of looks? Because looks makes a very important role in today's offices, especially for offices which are being designed for Gen Z and millennials. The environment required is very, very different. Gone are the days when offices used to be very boring offices. Now you have offices which are very colorful and layouts are very different. So we look at the aesthetics part of it. Second is Wipro is a very reliable brand, and across the country people appreciate the brand values of Wipro, which is integrity and which is in terms of focus on sustainability. So we give products which are durable, high on performance, best in class industrial performance in terms of their power consumption and all that, lumens output, the technical part of it. So broadly, from a stakeholder perspective, architects, the aesthetics, the electrical consultants and the customers is energy efficiency. For the customer, again, it is durability. It will last. It will not fail. So I think that's how we try and differentiate. And one other thing being the brand, being a strong brand, that we are there. Like lighting, we are now 30 years plus. We have seen many companies which have come and gone in LED lighting. But we do tell our customers, if you come with us, we are going to be there for you. So I think that's how we try and differentiate. And the people which we have, the team which we have, makes a difference.
Great. So you mentioned innovation as a key driver, and that brings us to the various technologies that Wipro has employed to achieve sustainable lighting solutions. A significant innovation is the Internet of Lighting. Could you explain how Internet of Lighting transforming the ways homes, offices, and even cities approach lighting?
Yes. So when we started lighting, our focus was energy efficiency, and it has continued to be. But post LEDs coming in, so the change which happened was now the light source has become a digital light source. So so what happens actually? The logic goes is, can you help the employee sleep better for him to perform better? Now the point there is if people circadian rhythms are disturbed, after a few days their efficiencies will drop because they are not sleeping well.
Right.
So if they are sleeping well and the lighting is helping them do that, not in the office but at their homes, they will perform better. So it's a human element. So how do you bring the human element into the office in terms of lighting? So this also helps us to comply with the WELL standards. Now post the LEED standards, which were for green buildings, WELL standards focus on the people. So we give solutions which are both WELL standard and certified and LEED standard for customers to build spaces which are energy efficient and people focused. So all these solutions which are coming in terms of automation and smart solutions, even for smart cities, we do the same thing. So we do smart city outdoor lighting solutions. So they also go and sit under our umbrella platform of Internet of Lighting. So Internet of Lighting is the umbrella. Other multiple solutions will come and sit in between. One few technologies from an office building perspective is also power over Ethernet, where we can power the lights through Cat6 cables, the one which we use for computer networking. And so you don't use normal AC wires, you use Cat6 cables, Ethernet cables. So you can run the system, but that's for indoor. You can't do it in the outdoor. But we also plan to bring this Internet of Lighting platform for a landscape lighting solution now. So we are saying, when we are doing so much of automation and innovation for smart cities, we are doing it for street lights, we're doing it for factories, we're doing it for offices. Why not for landscape lighting? So if you're building urban landscape and you have big parks or you have nightscape areas, do you really want light to be behaving in one standard manner all the time, or you would like to play with the light? So that's how we are trying to build a range around it.
That's a fantastic thought behind lighting,
Yeah.
and it is required for landscape lighting. We were actually short of these innovations in India.
Very soon, I think Wipro will bring it to the table, saying
Great.
that for landscape architects, for landscaping, for India's urban development, look at something different. How can it be smart?
Great.
So that's what we are planning to do.
Light pollution is a serious concern. How is Wipro handling this?
So what we have, Nilesh, seen is that, what you're saying is right. If you look at the landscape and if you reflect back and think about your own childhood, I am sure you would have been able to see many more stars in the night than what you can see now. Right. So that is something which we are trying to focus, saying how can we help and contribute as a responsible lighting manufacturer and a solution provider. How can we help there?
Right.
So, I'm very pleased to share with you that we are the first Indian lighting company which has got their products dark sky certified.
Okay.
So there is an international certification body from the US which certifies and says, your light fixtures should be dark sky certified, especially for outdoor application.
Right.
And why we have done that? There was no need for us to do it, but we said as a social responsible company, we should look at it. The way we look for buildings to be energy efficient, to be well certified, to differentiate solutions, what is the value add in the landscape area? Other than lighting being smart, it is also dark sky certified. So what happens, my light pollution is controlled. So I can start contributing and educating the stakeholders, the influencers, saying, you should go for lighting which is dark sky certified. So what happens, my light pollution will get controlled. My contribution of light towards the sky will go down. And if everyone starts implementing this philosophy, and all manufacturers also start doing it, very soon the next generation of kids can also see more stars living in cities than what they can see now. So definitely, so we have done it. We have 7 products or 10 products now which are dark sky certified. We are promoting it. We are talking to customers and stakeholders saying, please use this. It is little more money you're spending, but it's not only the light pollution in terms of visibility of stars is going to improve. It also impacts the ecological balance, the nocturnal life, the insects which are there. How do you also contribute there? So there are specific LEDs and color temperatures which you need to use to ensure that you don't disturb the life of the insects. So the blue wave light, and I'm sure
Yes.
everyone says keep your phone away before you sleep, but no one follows it, including me, that because it disturbs you. There's lots of blue light in it.
Right.
So this lighting which we are promoting now, dark sky certified, ensures that you go for the LEDs which have less than 2% of blue light. So when the blue light is less, it will not disturb. So it's a responsible thing. We are wanting to promote it, but we cannot be successful until unless the fraternity of landscape architects and designers also support us on this, because that's the only way the industry will implement it.
It's a great initiative, I would say, for a company like Wipro to start such a thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sustainability is the heart of every industry today. So how does Wipro's landscape solutions balance the need of energy efficiency and performance?
That's a good question. And we have been debating internally. I was talking to my team saying, we are getting into landscape lighting in a bigger way than what we were doing earlier. We also had solutions earlier, but then they were regular standard solutions. But now we are getting into landscape lighting in a more stronger way. So what is it, and how do we answer these three elements, which is sustainability, performance, and energy efficiency? So we bring in the expertise of lighting. And when I talk about lighting is with 30 years of experience, our focus has been energy efficiency throughout, irrespective of the area of application. So when we talk about landscape lighting and we are looking at landscape lighting, we are looking at how do I ensure that I give the best quality LEDs and electronics in my products, which will ensure that the life of the product is not compromised. That doesn't mean it has to be the most expensive product. What it means is that it will give you a total cost of ownership of the product for the customer would be the lowest. So the life will be longer. So the LEDs can sustain 5 years plus life. I can give a product which can give a 5-year performance. I can give a product which is weatherproof, not only in terms of the IP protections, but also in terms of paint finishes which are weatherproof, which will sustain for 5 to 10 years. So that's where the sustainability picture comes into it, saying that your customer doesn't have to change the product every 2 years, right? So you increase the life of the product, increase the performance of the product, don't compromise on technology, don't compromise on the material, and at the same time give good designs and ensure that you're certified as a dark sky certification or whatever. So the environment, the product, the processes, the technology, everything is packaged together into a solution which tries and answers these three questions. And you top it up with IoT solutions, saying you can control the light. If I'm doing a park and I know during night time after 10 o'clock no one is going to come there, why do I need lights to be on the whole night? And why do I need someone to go and switch it off? It should be automated. Can it switch off? Now if we can say I don't want it to be switched off. Okay, can I dim it to 50%? I will save energy, right? Your electricity bill would be lower. So those kind of solutions will come in. So everything gets packaged together and then the solution comes on the table. So that's how I think I'm able to answer your question, that sustainability, energy efficiency, and performance, all three packaged together from Wipro for the fraternity.
Definitely, you have answered my question. How do you feel that Wipro lighting is helping with examples, if you can give some carbon footprints and energy costs? How do we?
Over the last few years, if I have to just tell you, see, every project is a solution which is helping customer to cut his energy cost. So let's say today you are buying a solution which is 100 lumens per watt. We would come and say, don't go for that. We recommend you go for 150 lumens per watt. So if you're going to consume 100 watt, I can give you a solution which will consume 80 watt. So your energy cost is going to cut down. And this we do for all our customers day in, day out. Because the core, like I explained earlier, is how do I help customer to cut his energy consumption. It might mean that you have to spend a little bit more to achieve this as a customer, but your total cost of ownership over a period of 5 years is going to be lower.
Right.
So when you are doing that, and if you are getting a payback in 2 years, next 3 years you're saving your money, you recovered your money in 2 years time, 3 years you're saving. 3 years is, if I take as the life, but generally some products will last even for more than 3 years.
Right.
So not only are you saving energy, but as a customer or as an influencer who is helping your customer achieve this, you are also contributing to the society by cutting the overall cost. So, I can give you a long list of customers where we have done it, but from day one we are doing it. So, but that's the core. So we help customers do it, and we can always calculate in terms of how much carbon dioxide reduction we have been able to do by that. So that's a different point. But yes, it's a focus for us.
While energy savings are critical, lighting also has another dimension, its direct effect on people. From mood to health and productivity, lighting shapes our daily lives, which brings me to the human side of innovation. Beyond efficiency, lighting also affects mood, health, and productivity. How does Wipro integrate the human-centered aspect into the solutions?
So this just takes me back to the point I was mentioning about circadian lighting, and we call it from our side the solution is called in sync, which means that we're in sync with the natural rhythms of human body. So our office solutions are tuned to that. We are doing it. Actually, our own office in Pune is totally working on circadian lighting. It's fully automated, but we give it to our customers also. At the same time, when you talk about landscape lighting, or you're talking about exterior lighting, you're talking about public places. How can you bring this to public places? So I can give you an example, or try to build a scenario that let's look at a metro station or an airport where passengers come and go. So there, it's not employees, right? One is the employees of the airport or the authorities which are running it. Second is the passenger traffic. How do you create lighting which elevates the mood of the passengers, gives them an experience of wow when they go to an airport or to a metro station? Second is when you bring it to the landscape area. If it's cold areas, maybe the color temperatures can change. In summers, the color temperatures can automatically change. So a warm color temperature, people might not prefer so much during summers, especially if you go up north, but they would prefer in winters when it is very cold there. So because the warm light gives you a feeling of, that you are in a warm area. So we can play like that. But the whole idea, when we talk about dark sky, human element is there, light pollution is not there. Who is it going to benefit? Human. We also talk about the ecological balance there. But again, if I play with color temperatures, it's again the human experience. If lighting is not too glary, I have done lots of light fixtures in the park or on the pathways in the shopping area where it's not glary. It does not give too much of glare. Again, it is impacting the humans because it's not disturbing them. So human element, your question is absolutely bang on, is one of the most important element in lighting. That's why even for manufacturing factories, offices, we talk about visual balance. How do you create environments with lighting which are visually balanced? There's no dark spots and bright spots. Your eyes don't get fatigued. So we do that. So that's going to be part and parcel of our solutions. We have also done very interesting innovations like mixing light and sound together. So one day we said, okay, we are doing an urban landscape and the customer is wanting an audio system running parallelly and there is a lighting system running parallelly. We have those bollards, right? So why don't we have only one system? So we integrated the speakers into our light fixtures, and we have done a very nice installation in Punjab, which is in Anandpur Sahib, which is one of the revered destination for Sikh religion, right? And we have done a park with 400 plus bollards with speakers, and the customer, which is the executing authority, they are able to play the religious Gurbani and all that in the evening, in the morning. So when the followers go there, it creates an environment which is very nice. And they could have done it independently also, obviously, but we went and told them, why do you want two systems? I will give you integrated solution, which again is a very interesting thing from a landscape architect perspective. You want lighting, you want sound also. So we are trying to say, let's merge together. So multiple things is possible.
I can imagine. I would like to actually experience it,
yes,
but I can imagine what you've said. So far we have looked at past and present. To wrap up, I would love to hear thoughts on the future, where lighting is headed and how Wipro plans to shape that journey. With technology advancing rapidly, and what innovations in lighting excite you most, and how do you envision Wipro lighting and the industry as a whole evolving over the next decade?
So, this is the century for India. And if you look at it from an Indian perspective, urban development is going to happen big time. At the same time, you have to have a focus on the human element of it and blend technology into it. So, we are going to look at how do we bring more and more innovative solutions to the market in all areas, like landscape. We are doing lots of facade lighting now. How can you add value in facade lighting? How can you do better landscape lighting? How can you partner with landscape designers to bring ideas to life? Can we work with them to bring new solutions to the table for the customers? We are very open on it. We do lots of customizations. But broadly, just stepping a little beyond lighting, we are also into seating business. And we are the only, like I mentioned initially, that we are only company which is into lighting and seating. But we are also looking at how do we expand our presence in the outdoor segment for the seating from a landscape perspective, public urban landscape areas. People are walking, they want to sit. Can they tomorrow have a bench which is from Wipro, which they can sit under a Wipro light, right? So that's how we are looking at. And as we go along, I think we will keep on bringing more things to the table. The focus will always be our customer. Focus will always be engagement with the specifiers and influencers to bring their ideas to the table and for us to convert them into products and solutions. So I think the future is exciting, especially with technology playing a very pivotal role in it. And we being a company which is already focused on IoT solutions for lighting, we are quite excited with it. We should be able to add lots of value to it.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Anuj, for the insights today.
Thank you, Nilesh. Thank you for having me here. And we look forward to meet again at IFLA Meet. And thank you so much.
Thank you.